if you've taken the CELPIP test 2 or 3 times, and every time when you get your score, the result is 7 or 8 in writing, then it could be a couple of things that are going wrong, and you really need to work on them. So I'll be discussing all those things at length and see and try to analyze what exactly you could be doing wrong. Let's start with the first error that is common, which is task achievement. Now, when we talk about task achievement, if it is weak, that is that you're not answering every bullet point. When I say that, it means that your task has 3 bullet points to answer. You have to have one paragraph aligned to each bullet point. If you're not doing that, then your achievement would be considered weak, and definitely you will lose some marks. Another thing is going off topic or missing the purpose of the email or survey. These should be clearly outlined because that's what task achievement exactly is about. Now let's go to the second thing that could also happen, which is grammar. Grammar in any test is important, and it is mandatory to reduce your grammar errors and keep them under 3 errors. So when we talk about grammar errors, what kind of errors could we have? The first and very common error is subject and verb agreement. So when we say subject and verb agreement, it is essentially like, let me give you an example. If you're talking about a singular thing, like if you say a child, then it's a singular thing, it's a singular noun, countable noun, then you would say what the action would be: a child runs. But if you're talking about many children, then it will be children run. The common error is the S. Like instead of run, you write runs or vice versa, and that causes the error. So you have to be very careful about your subject verb agreements. Another thing is going in for incorrect articles. I have seen multiple cases where students write down articles where they are not required, or in places like, say, if you're talking about a restaurant, then you say the restaurant or a restaurant, but they forget to put an or the in front of that definite article or indefinite article. So be careful. Always proofread and check whether your articles are correct in use, first thing, or if you have missed an article, then add that article. Tenses also we need to be careful about, and another thing would be run on sentences. What exactly are run on sentences? Run on sentences are when we continuously keep writing and do not stop. So if the sentence is too long or too short, in both ways, it's going to cause an issue for us. Now let's go to the third point, which is your basic vocabulary. So when we talk about basic vocabulary, we are looking at words like good, bad, nice, big. Now these are basic words. If we use these kind of words in our writing, then the level of the email or the survey definitely is going to be low. So instead of using a simple word like good, try to go for a better word like extraordinary, exceptional, or beneficial. Go for some word which is longer in writing, and it should also have the correct effect or the correct use in the letter. Some words that I can suggest would be beneficial, detrimental, imperative, substantial. These are good words to definitely use. Now let's go for our fourth point. Fourth point is the organization. Have you organized your structure correctly? Is it missing any paragraph structure? Like you've not written it in paragraphs and you've just written it as one body para? That also can cause an issue. Also, an abrupt conclusion. Sometimes you could lose marks for that also. The next point to remember is repetition. So, if you have repetitive sentences or sentence structures, so every time you start, either you start with I, you're not using anything which is passive. Say, let me give you an example. Every time you start, you just say, I think, I think, I think. So then it is repetitive. You have to ensure that sometimes the subject is I and sometimes the subject is another use. Like, say, if I'm talking about a very simple example, I like tea. So instead of saying I like tea, I will say tea is liked by me. So I have introduced a passive form, but at the same time, I have made tea more important than me. Similarly, in informal, in any in language of letters, we can say, I need some information. Some information is needed by me. So try to use some passive structures instead of going for repetitive sentence structures. Also, transition words. That's the next thing. Transition words like furthermore, moreover, additionally, consequently, although, these are words which help us in completing and creating a cohesive structure.